Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Willow impulsively kisses Drew. Michael's wife crosses the line. General Hospital spoilers reveal that the show has released some new info for the week of July 8 to 12, and it offers an interesting puzzle to solve. Let's look at a few spoilers and try to nail down the details of what might play out in the coming episodes. For starters, we've got a heartfelt conversation coming up between Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watras, and Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson. Since Nina and Sasha will spend some time opening up to each other, that may bring Nina's confession about her fling with Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, and the deeper feelings that are starting to develop. Meanwhile, Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, will land in a situation that leads to her doing something impulsive. We'll see Willow make a reckless decision of some sort, so it sounds like a spontaneous thing that she may regret immediately after. Back with Sasha, she'll spy a scandalous moment, so she could easily witness Willow's impulsive move. Now let's put all those spoilers together and make a prediction on how all this might go down. Willow has a strong connection with Drew that's led many viewers to wonder whether writers might actually let something romantic happen between them. What if Willow acting impulsive involves her planting a kiss on Drew out of the blue? It's easy to imagine Sasha hearing about Nina's complex feelings for Drew and then witnessing Nina's own daughter locking lips with him. That would certainly qualify as a scandalous situation for Sasha to stumble upon. Of course, it's possible Willow will behave impulsively another way, and Sasha could witness something else entirely. However, we should at least consider the idea that Sasha will indeed spot Willow kissing Drew, since it'd be so delightfully soapy. We should also mention that Willow and Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, will discuss some things they have in common later during the week of July 8 to 12. Then Sasha will share a secret with Cody, so maybe there's a reason why Cody and Willow will bond beforehand. It could help tie everything and everyone together if Sasha's secret ultimately involves Willow's potential forbidden kiss. Things are about to get messy one way or another, so we'll bring you updates on all the stunning news ahead. Will Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, wife cross the line with Drew? Will Sasha spot Willow's betrayal blunder? General Hospital spoilers say Willow could launch some chaos no matter what, so stay tuned. Willow Tate had always been a woman of principles, bound by a moral compass that rarely faltered. She prided herself on her loyalty, her unwavering commitment to family, and her fierce dedication to those she loved. So as she stood on the rooftop of General Hospital, bathed in the golden hues of the setting sun, the reality of what had just happened felt like a betrayal of everything she stood for. It had been a rough day, one that started with a string of bad news and only seemed to get worse. Wiley's checkup had not gone as expected, leading to concerns that had Willow's mind spiraling. Then there was the tension at home, an unspoken strain that seemed to stretch between her and Michael like an invisible thread ready to snap. They had been through so much together, yet lately it felt as though they were drifting apart, their once solid bond weakening under the pressures of their complex lives. As she leaned against the railing, eyes closed against the soft breeze, Willow heard footsteps approaching. She turned to see Drew Kane walking towards her, a concerned look etched on his face. Drew had always been a source of strength for her, a steadfast friend who had been there through thick and thin. His presence brought a sense of comfort she hadn't realized she needed. "Hey," Drew said softly, stopping a few feet away. "You look like you could use someone to talk to." Willow sighed, running a hand through her hair. "It's just been one of those days, you know. Everything feels overwhelming." Drew nodded, stepping closer. "I get it. Sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders." There was something in his tone, a depth of understanding that made Willow's heart ache. She felt the tears welling up, but she blinked them away, refusing to let them fall. She didn't want to seem weak, especially not in front of Drew. I don't know what to do," she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. Drew reached out, placing a comforting hand on her shoulder. "You don't have to have all the answers right now. It's okay to feel lost sometimes." His touch was warm, reassuring. Willow felt a spark of something she couldn't quite identify, a flicker of emotion that caught her off guard. She looked up at Drew, their eyes locking in a moment that seemed to stretch on forever. It was in that instant that she felt an overwhelming urge to close the distance between them, to seek solace in his embrace. Without thinking, Willow stepped forward, her lips meeting Drew's in a kiss that was as impulsive as it was intense. It was a kiss filled with longing, with a desperate need to feel something real and tangible in the midst of her chaos. For a moment, time stood still, and the world around them faded away. But as quickly as it had begun, reality came crashing back in. Willow pulled away, her eyes wide with shock and guilt. "I'm sorry," she stammered, stepping back. "I shouldn't have. I don't know what came over me." Drew looked equally stunned, his hand lingering in the air where it had been on her shoulder. "Willow, it's okay. We're both going through a lot right now. Maybe we just needed a moment to forget about everything else." She shook her head, tears finally spilling down her cheeks. "But it's not okay. I'm married to Michael. This isn't fair to him or to you." Drew sighed, running a hand through his hair. "You're right. We need to figure out what this means and how to move forward. But for now, let's just take a step back and breathe." Willow nodded, wiping her tears away. She knew Drew was right, but the guilt gnawed at her. She had crossed a line, one that could have serious repercussions for everyone involved. As they stood there, the sun dipping below the horizon, she couldn't help but wonder what this meant for her future with Michael. The days that followed were filled with an unbearable tension. Willow tried to go about her daily life as if nothing had happened, but the kiss lingered in her mind, a constant reminder of her moment of weakness. She avoided Drew as much as possible, but their paths inevitably crossed at the hospital, each encounter a painful reminder of the line she had crossed. Michael sensed something was off. He noticed the way Willow seemed distant, the way her smiles never quite reached her eyes. He tried to talk to her, to bridge the growing gap between them, but Willow's guilt made her pull away even more. She couldn't bear to look him in the eye, knowing she had betrayed his trust. One evening, as they sat in the living room, Michael finally confronted her. "Willow, what's going on? You've been so distant lately. Is there something you're not telling me?" Willow's heart raced, the weight of her secret threatening to crush her. She took a deep breath, trying to steady herself. "Michael, I need to tell you something." He looked at her, concern etched on his face. "What is it?" Tears welled up in her eyes as she prepared to confess.